Hola, Carmen is here. Today we talk about graduation. In my school, we had the graduation for students are in the secondary. For that, we need to think first about what kind of graduation we looking for, because that depends the budget, that depends the guest, the place for the graduation, and the ceremony. Very important, the ceremony. In our case, we had a casual ceremony, a casual graduation. For that reason, we don't need to spend so much money. But when the graduation is very formal, include many items or many issues you need to consider. For example, the place need to be better comfortable. Air condition, the shade, the decoration, high class, and the clothes you need to include in the invitation is formal, because the reason for the graduation is to make experience important for the future the person do it. In the high school, the secondary school, we had 45 students in this graduation. And they come with 3 guests. The 3 guests are the parents and maybe brothers and sisters. But in another graduation, like the university, the pen is closed or is open, you can bring more people or less people. Depends the place, depends the way it is the graduation. For example, in my graduation in one university was in Santo Domingo, the capital. We need to come there and we need to bring everything we need over there. So is one thing, and we need to think first to invite people. In the case your graduation is a little simple, you need to think who decorate. In my school, we had one person make decoration very good. But in another cases, you need to contract professional people. And you need to decide if you like use balloon, flowers, or whatever another materials, and how much the colors are very important. For example, in the university, they had many careers. You need to decide if you decorate neutral or about every career. In my school, we had 2 techniques titulation, accounting and marketing. They are blue and green. For that reason, the person in my school decorate about 2 colors, green and blue. But you can add another color, so as we do, we add gold, the color gold too, to make beautiful the decoration. It's important to know how many people come for the chair or the table. For example, in the principal table, we had the authorities come to the school, like principal of the school, coordinator, the tutor teacher, the people come from the district of the school, the minister. And it's important to know how many people come to organize very well. Besides, you need to consider the accessories you use for decoration. For example, in the principal table, we had some decoration about the graduation, the hat the student use for the graduation. But in another case, you use another kind, for example, one pencil or whatever another accessories you like for graduation. It's important to know if you offer something to eat or drink when finish the ceremony. In our case, we not offer food because we had short time and we not had big budget to offer food. but the most like to offer food and have big party after the ceremony. The time is another issue very important to consider because depends how long the time you take the students and the guests in the ceremony. You need to start to make pause and you need to contract a nice people for master of the ceremony. Imagine one boring person talking. No, it's not good. You need people guide the applause is important every time. Every intervention for applause is important too. Another thing to consider is the amenities. For example, one singer, one person give some words, the speech. In our case, I work in Catholic school. We had the principal is the priest. The priest give good words, but it's important to invite somebody is already graduate from the school and give some motivation words too. This is very emotional motivation. In our graduation, we had very moments emotional, like when the graduate students bring one rose, one flower for the mom. It's very beautiful, but you can create whatever activity is good for the moment, for the activity. Maybe some words, some student can give the thankful for study in the school or whatever institution made the graduation, and recognize the meritorious students and meritorious authorities like teacher, like personal work in the school, like people made the housework in the school, whatever you like. It's very powerful in the moment. Another thing you need to consider is if you graduation is in the morning, in the afternoon, or at night. It's very important. You can appropriate. Imagine a makeup for night in the morning. It's not appropriate. Imagine some clothes. No, it's not convenient for the moment or for the place. Is very important. In my case, I come very comfortable because I come to work. Every teacher come to work in the graduation, so we don't need to use a dress very um, incredible, very nice or long because we need to move and work in the place in the ceremony. But in another cases, yes, it's more dressful, more elegant. In my case, I come one pants and blues, very comfortable. But you need to consider the protocol, the fashion, they request you come to the place. Very important. It's important to know what purse you bring too, because imagine you bring with backpack, it's not appropriate either. So it's important you thinking about this before to come to the graduation. But everything is important, but the most important is the title, the diploma, the something you get because it's one step to your future. So support everybody are on graduation because it's one step make the future, make the experience. And maybe for you it's not important, but for the person has the graduation is a great moment, a great experience in his memories, in his history. So this is everything for today. I request you give me like, you share this video, and you subscribe for more content. Love you so much. Bye bye.